multiplayer 7 Days to Die with Silverblade.
Damn it, son of a... Ouch.
You must remember to,
88 miles per hour!
Don't you feel foolish?
Greetings, minions, galactic survivalists, and fellow gamers. This is Silverblade playing Empyrion Galactic Survival Alpha 5.5, and this is episode number 28. And it's been a little while since I recorded the last episode, and so much so that there's only about 14 minutes left before the Terra Lumina is finished. And essentially everything that we had set aside in here to construct has been constructed, and at this point I'm making a few more blocks because we need to expand the landing pad to make room for the Terra Lumina, and I can't remember the exact length and dimensions, but we'll get that figured out shortly. I made a bunch of missiles, of course, but we gotta get some of these things I've picked up put into place. Also up in here, all the pentaxic crystals have been processed. Now we're making windows. That's going to run for a little while. First things first, I want to make sure I get the fuel cell, or fuel tank rather, mounted inside the ship. If I can, I gotta rotate it. There we go. Booyah. Alright, so that's in place. We need fuel for it. Now I'm just going to use the large... crap. There we go. Use these large packs for fuel for now until I can get enough hydrogen made up to put in the fusion cells. So that should power that for a good spell, provided it doesn't get blown up again. And we'll put the rest back in there. Next thing I want to do is I want to put in this ramp. And I wish you would stop toying with me. And it needs to be like that. So if I... there they go. They go up in pairs, which is kind of nice. Alright, so that part's done. Next is hydrogen generators. And I probably ought to go and grab a bunch more of these fuel cells. Actually, I'm going to leave these in here and take these for now. I definitely need to get my hydrogen production up to snuff. But we're gonna basically make a giant hydrogen farm. Why? Because I like hydrogen, and it goes good with promethium to make those delicious, overpowered fuel cells. So we'll try to get these. Oh, hold on, maybe we can. Alright, land on top. Oh, almost. There we go. Now, can I plant these down here? Parallel like? That'll work. I guess only part of them has to touch the water, right? Alright, that's good enough. Alright, so let's fuel these bad boys up. I was hoping to get them in a straight line, but, you know, game doesn't want to permit things to be easy for those of us with OCD. There, so those are all powered up. I'm not worried about that one. That one's good. Alright, so we got any hydrogen in this one? and a little bit. Alright, so we'll let those go. Bring all this stuff back. There should be about 10 minutes left until we'll have our CV made. And as you may have noticed, I've already went through and harvested everything, and I just stored it away in a refrigerator. And we're still making blocks. That's good. And I was gonna make them all hardened steel, but then I decided I can upgrade them later. So I'll pick out all these lights. And it's a good thing it's not dark right now, although I will need to replace these lights when it is dark out. And then the Terra Lumina is a huge ship. So this is going to take a little bit of fine-tuning. Let me see if there's dimensions here. Size, width, height, 13 by 8 by 26. Yeesh. And I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's about half the length that it needs to be. As for the width, that still needs to be worked out too. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And we'll just go there. And we'll just come over like this and do it like so. Over this way, boys. I didn't run out of blocks. Okay, so we gotta take out these rocks here. So let's see. Let's try flattening. And it's not gonna get rid of those. So stone removal. That worked. I forgot that was actually an option in this thing. Alright, so we'll just do some landscaping. Let's see how much time we got left. 6 minutes. And some. A lot of this is going to be buried. Unfortunately. So we don't need to worry about too much out here. And we'll pick that up. And that way these aren't completely wasted. So we'll dump these off in the fridge. Now these here are the finished goods. These are the component goods. Alright, so let's get back to putting some blockies out here. And we should get a notification when the Terra Lumina is finished. So we got here 1, 2, 3, crud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Can I get underneath there? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's like 30 blocks right there, I think. Actually, can we get it to go down into the ground? I suppose so. Alright, so now we just need to match this, because like I said, it's a huge ship. It's not the most massive ship in the inventory, but it is not exactly puny either. Well, that sucked. Let's see. Yeah, so here and then down. I was hoping it would span across just enough. There we go. So that should be safe. Come on. And into the ground. There you go. Alright. And of course it has to be getting dark when all this is going on. And oops. Are you friggin' kidding me? Alright, well, we're gonna need more blocks. And we should be pretty close to having the Terra Lumina done, too. That's the damnable thing about it all. Alright, so what we need to do is do a central spine. Where did it all go wrong? Right about in here, methinks. So, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And of course, it's not fully mounted to the ground. There we go. That should fix that. Okay, so I'm thinking this is in the right spot. Yeah. Crap. Well, could have been worse. Anywho, let's get this underneath there if we can. There we go. That'll do it. Should give enough support in the center. Emphasis on should. Your results may vary. Always wanted to say that. And it does look a little odd. A little off, rather. That's fine, as long as it works. And the blueprint is finished. Yay! Crap. I should have not let loose at the wrong moment. There we go. So that part's done. So we're almost done anyway. Just really hard to see though. Alright, so we're out of blocks yet again, but the Terra Lumina is finished. Now it's just a matter of finishing up the landing pad. And that shouldn't be too much time left. I don't know if 90 blocks will cover it, but we'll find out. We'll do another 100. And let the excess be used for other things, I suppose. So let's see. What is there? Hmm? Oh, it's a plant. Well, we'll just have to do something about that, won't we? Wrong tool. That's what I'm looking for. Terrain removal. Flattening. It's not cutting it. And of course I'm out of drill charge. Come on. Work with me here, game. Work with me here. There we go. Now I should be able to place the block. Okay. And that's all the blocks I got left. So it's a good thing I had some making... I get made up over here. Can't fake much. Good or English. Okay, so that's just it over here. Excellent. So we should have plenty of space to do this. Now I did make some lights. I want to get this lit up so we can actually see what we're doing here. I built those over here, I think. Nope, they're not yet done. There we go. So those are going. We can cancel. Seriously? Alright, well, we'll have some extra lights then. I'll probably need them anyways. Which is all well and good, I guess. And at least you can see the difference in the build speeds between the two constructors. So that's a good thing. Alright, so all that's been built. Let's grab what we can out of here. I guess that's it for that. Alright, so let's get some lights out here so we know where we're at. We can change the color when necessary. Gonna need to put a block in here. something for here, I guess. And here, just so we can see where the edges of the building is. Alright, so if I recall, it's like 30 blocks. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so it's a little bit bigger than 30 by 30 long. Nah, that's fine for now. So let's pack that away. I do need to move this, though. Alright, now it's time to break a leg. God. Time to introduce the Terra Lumina to the game, right? So factory, it's already produced spawn. Let's spawn this baby. Let's be careful and spawn it out this way so it doesn't rock up against the base. Oh shit, it's not positioned correctly, but it's there. And it is too damn dark to see. We need to get some fusion cells so we can power it up and fly it. So let's get that tended to right quick. Probably gonna need, and we'll leave that in there for now. Now the repair thing there, I'm gonna take that out and move it to where I know the base of the ship rests. Alright, so the power cells. I'll just start off down here. That's all the power cells we got. Alright, so let me get this centered more on the landing platform. As you can see, it's a big pig of a ship, but the other ones are actually much bigger. And lights, please. Alright, so as you can see, this is the cockpit. Not too terribly fancy, really. And this is the main cabin, I guess you could say. We got a cloning chamber, which kind of came standard with the base ship. And of course we have a healing chamber. We got a food processor that came standard with the ship, and I also added in 2 Type 2 freezers. There's nothing in them right at the moment. It also somehow comes magically with tomatoes that are already grown. But initially the base ship just has 4 empty plots that you can add to, and I guess because when I made the blueprint upgrade for the ship, I had tomatoes growing in there, and it just kind of come along with the blueprint. Oxygen station, and then we have cargo for the advanced constructor. We have another fuel tank. This thing's got fuel tanks up the wazoo. So we got one here, here, and here, as well as that one there. And then we have oxygen. I have a storage bin here for oxygen and fuel cells. Back here, where it's kind of hard to hear me, but we got all these generators here because I couldn't fit in the Type 2 large generator. So I wedged all of those in there. We have some more cargo storage for weapons and ammo. We have ammo for the ship's weaponry. We have a harvest box for the drill laser turret. Gravity generator. Here's our warp drive tank. Up above here, we have a landing pad for the Stiletto, which is what I'm going to call that little ship until you guys can come up with a better name. You can see here we got, what's this, a plasma turret? I think that's a plasma turret. Up here, let's see. Yeah, it's a plasma turret and 2 cannon turrets and then a drill turret. And that's what this is up front here, is the drill turret. Massive. And it does a great deal of work when it comes to mining asteroids. And of course the cannons, they fire a bit faster and they can fire in atmosphere, whereas the plasma cannot fire in atmosphere. So now that we got the ship placed, let's get the Stiletto and we'll dock it to the Terra Lumina. And these ships look like, when they, I mean, I didn't design the shape of these ships, but they look like they're made for each other, which I think is pretty damn cool. Let me straighten this out here. Alright, that sound is the sound of the smaller ship docking to the larger one. And as you can see, it looks like it was made for this ship. I've done no alterations to the back deck on this. Alright, so we'll get our lights back on. Now I did modify the engines. I've also made all the armor plates heavy armor, as opposed to, you know, basic light armor that came with it. I did do some aesthetic changes. As you can see, I got some honkin' huge engines. I've also, ow, I've also added these engines here. I don't think those 4 engines in the center were actually part of the ship. I think it was just, I think it was like a pair or 4. I think it was just a pair of engines on that side and on that side there as well, for 4 total engines. Up here I've added some sideways thrusters, armored those up. I think there was just a single thruster initially, and of course a honkin' huge retro thrust, and I had to kind of wedge it in there and panel it and then armor around it for protection, because it's kind of a weak point actually. I've added lights to the ship to make it so you can actually see when you're landing and all that. I changed out the landing struts, because initially the landing things was like right up against the bottom, so you're basically belly flopping to land. I did not really care for that much. And of course you got this here. It's supposed to be an automatic door. If you can still hear me, down there is the warp core, and that takes so much real estate in this ship. It was hard to get everything put into position in here, especially the generators. That was just a pain in the ass. And as you can see, I need to make more fusion cells. But I changed out the constructor for the advanced constructor, and I put in some armor blocks back here. Upgraded those because that was also a weak spot. Otherwise you'd have open ceiling there, but yeah, it just is a pain in the ass. I took out all the fancy computer displays and stuff that had no function, because they just sucked up power and sucked up space that I normally just do not have. So stripped it down. There's my core there. Put in lighting in there to try to lighten up, because it does tend to get pretty damn dark. Actually, let me take you down to the cockpit. Now, one thing I want to do for multiplayer is I got to put in passenger seats. This thing did originally have, I think, 2 passenger seats here, and I think it had two facing out that way. And of course, I had these tanks, and I've just taken them out and moved them around. It's same with the food processor. But I think it also had like a passenger seat here and here, so it could fit, I think, up to 7 people, I think. Now it just seats 1, but that's because I was doing it for my single player. But before we end the episode, here's the turret view. As you can see, it's right up over the cockpit area, so you can get the ship nosed up to where you want it. And of course, this weapon doesn't fire in atmosphere. Oops. I'm moving the ship here, and I don't want to move the ship. Let me shut it off and turn it on there. Now I know that's landed. And let me get out of the cockpit. I need to add a few more lights, I think, or do something with that light, because it doesn't seem like it's lighting up enough. Although it is quite nice and bright in here. Oh, it's not. It's not as bright as I thought. It's my suit light that's helping. Alright, this area is alright. It does need a little work with the lighting. I admit that. But it's a pretty hardy ship. And it gets things done, and that's what I like about it, is that it gets things done. One thing I need to do alright, take that out. Alright, we need to take one block out. Say right there is a good spot. Okay, now if we get inside the ship, and as you can see, you can just barely see the foot gear. It's right on top of the repair thing, so that's right where I want it. Light back on. Come out here, because now it'll automatically repair the ship as long as that foot, that landing strut, is on top of this in some form. Any damage to the ship will get repaired. So we're good now, right? Took forever to build this sucker, in terms of getting the resources together to have the blueprints made, but it also took a long time to actually revamp this ship. So it kicks ass. Next episode, we're gonna put it to work. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys like the design of Terra Lumina. I mean, it's not, the overall shape of the ship is not my design. But the refit, the revamping, you know, the reconstruction of it, the changes to it are mine, but the original soul and construction of the ship is someone else's. So I only get maybe a quarter credit for what it looks like and all that. Anyways, with that being said, it is the end of my episode. Thank you so much for watching. Do check out the links in the description box below, and until next time, see you later. Twitch.